Alrighty, so let's get on to this video. Have you ever tried to learn a second language? If so, when? Honestly, I have never tried to learn, well, it would be a third language in my scenario. I mean, second language I learned was English, but I want to speak from a perspective of not purposely knowing like a new language, just because I had to, but because I want to. So I really haven't, but I do plan on learning a new language. Um, Actually, it's going to be a team effort between my oldest son, Ricky, and myself. He really wants to go to Brazil really bad. He's all into soccer and all of that. So he wants to learn Portuguese, and I'm also interested in learning it. Um, so we made a plan to learn the language. We're starting with Babbel, um, and we're gonna start it hopefully fall break, if not during Thanksgiving break. We're gonna help each other hold each other accountable of learning it and be consistent with learning it to really reach our goal. So, and part of me, I know he wants to learn it for that, and I also want to learn it to support him, but also for myself. Why I want to learn it is because I think it'll help me better connect with my students and kind of relate with them in a way that I'm like, I see why you feel this way, or kind of better understand them in that sense, just because I can't relate with them with how I grew up and I learned Spanish versus how this generation is learning a different language, 30 years later. So in that sense, I want to do that for myself and then as a mother. So it's a combination. And then give an example of one good technique a teacher used to help you learn the language. So I became, bilingual back when I was 8, 9 years old. So that was like 3 decades ago. Anyways, I do remember the one thing that does stand out is our centers. Um, they were really fun. She was very engaging and she used a lot of manipulatives and a lot of hands-on stuff. And when we had certain groups, we built sentences and put them on the strip and hold them on that like blue flap and you just lay it on there. And she let you use a teacher pointer and you read your sentence to the group. So that's something I do really like. And I actually model with my students and they enjoy it as well. It gives them a visual to remember of what they said, what they wrote. Um, we really didn't we weren't shy to be wrong. We learned from our mistakes. So I do remember that vividly of us, you know, mimicking the teacher, but at the same time learning, building our sentences and feeling good about ourselves, positive, encouraged and motivated to do good because we're going to share our stuff with our group. So that is one method. I don't remember in detail exactly what it was, but I do remember was building sentences. But also what I think helped is my grandmother enforcing no English at home, like absolutely no. If we said the word sorry or thank you or just anything in English, it was a no-no. Like it was like forbidden to speak English at home. So I think that was a big factor in why my Spanish did I really didn't become a sabo kid because my grandmother, so that's part of it, I think, where I also owe her that. Thank you, Grandma. And one thing that I remember that I think it doesn't help and was like writing our words 10 times each. We'd have like 20 to 25 spelling words a week, and we had to write it 10 times each. I honestly, when I was a kid, it was just like, it's homework and writing. But now I don't see the advantage of that. I think it's more of a waste of time and or almost like a punishment. If I tell kids, even parents about my age tell their kids, make them write sentences, tell them to write it 200 times. I will not do this again. There's no benefit in that. It's just more of a punishment and they're getting bored. So um, I think that writing the stuff that many times does not help, um, is not an advantage or a necessity for students to do because they don't get much out of it. And yeah, thank you.